Well, it's official, Ryan.
Oh yeah.
We have kicked Sword Kira off the podcast.
Yeah, he's gone. He's out of here.
Yeah, no, he's gonna be scaling. He's gonna be scaling back. He's gonna go back to guest status because he doesn't really have enough time, I guess, and
That's
which is
fair.
fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. He doesn't have time, and he doesn't have he doesn't want to get girls, I guess, and there is kind of the whole incident about his girlfriend always messaging me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. After the podcast, she'd always be like, I just don't feel right about him being on there with you,
Oh my god.
my true man. Welcome everybody back to Not Rich Just Bored, episode 7, lucky number 7. We're almost out of the single digits.
Just about there. Just
Yeah.
about.
How's your week been?
It's been okay. Felt a little off yesterday, but feeling good today.
Yeah. We didn't. We're recording on Thursday, the 13th. Normally we do Wednesdays, upload Thursday, but this week I think I'm just gonna do Thursday. Then I'm actually probably gonna upload it tonight anyway.
Yeah.
Just because I'm sure I'll have time. It'll be a later upload, but it's all good. But what was up? Did you have like a stomach flu or something?
No, it's a slightly kind of sore throat, and I think part of it has to do with like the weather where we're at. It's so back and forth.
You know what? It's funny because actually this morning I kind of felt like shit, but I felt like very not a sore throat, but it was a sore throat from being dry, like I was dehydrated. But it was so weird though because yesterday I think, and this isn't even like an exaggeration, I literally think I drank about 7 Gatorades because I was on the road for like 6 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
7, 8, probably 8 hours actually, because I
Mhm.
had to go all the way up north and then all the way back south. So I was on the road for a long time, and I bought like this 12 pack of Gatorade where they were on sale.
Yeah.
So I just kept it in the truck for drinks while I was out of town working, and yeah, that's all I drank. But then I thought about it. I'm like, what the fuck? Because Gatorade is supposed to like hydrate you, right?
Yeah.
It's the Gatorade Zero, the zero sugar stuff. But
Mhm.
then I'm like, well, wait a minute. Think about it logically. What is an electrolyte? An electrolyte is, it's essentially salt, like sodium.
Yeah.
Like that's what gives you the electrolytes, right?
Yeah.
Is the sodium content. But like they don't hydrate you by themselves. What they do is they make it so that you can absorb water better.
Yeah.
So I think what happened was like I had a bunch of electrolytes, like a bunch of salted stuff, but I didn't drink water with it. So instead of it actually hydrating me a lot, it kind
Yeah.
of dehydrated me in a weird way.
Oh god.
So
The
I think if I would have had a glass of water, I would have been good.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe that was the same issue for me too. It's so weird. Winter time, I don't drink enough water, and I get more dehydrated, I think, in winter than I do in the summer.
I know,
Even with the crazy winter time or crazy summer weather that we've had.
yeah, well, it's weird too because the like, yeah, it's not as rewarding. Like a nice when you come in from like plus 20 weather, plus 30 weather, you're sweating your ass off. You
Yeah,
have that nice glass of cold water. You're like, oh, this is great.
yeah,
But yeah, in the winter, it's just not as satisfying. So I find you don't drink as much.
yeah. I was gonna say with the Gatorade, like again, I kind of haven't really had much Gatorade just because I suffer with acid reflux, and
Yes.
so it kind of messes me up here and there. Unless I take like probiotics, that seems to help with my gut, but it's good for your gut. But
Right.
The one thing though with Gatorade is it's just like water to me. I guess if it's like really hot, I'll drink water whatever. As it doesn't matter if it's like warm or not, but you typically for me, I need to have stuff cold. Like water I need to have cold. Gatorade, I can't stand at like Luke temperatures.
Yeah,
Gatorade needs to be cold for me, or else it just tastes like there's a weird aftertaste I get out of Gatorade or Powerade.
yeah, it's true. I think Gatorade's a lot better when it's cold.
Mm.
Water, I could take or leave it. It really depends. Like on that hot summer day, it's
Yeah,
really nice to have a cold glass of water. But
yeah.
when
Like
I'm
I
just
know,
like hydrating, I don't care.
yeah, because like nutritional wise, isn't water better for you at Luke temperatures instead of cold?
I don't know. Is the water just water? Like,
Well, I thought there was a thing where it's just like, um, if you have cold water, I think goes through your system a lot faster. Like you don't
really?
like I know it sounds weird, but I swear I've heard it somewhere, and they talk about how you should be drinking more room temperature water than cold water if you're dehydrated. Um,
Oh,
but in the morning, from my understanding, though, I think first thing in the morning, it's recommended to have water just in general, but cold water because I think that's supposed to help with your metabolism. I think it jumpstarts your metabolism having cold water first thing in the morning, like first thing you have.
right. It's okay. Well, I'm looking at this one article here by Corey Cameron. Nice
Yeah.
name, buddy. Back in 2016 in Health and Fitness. Yeah, it's saying if you're doing your daily routine, it's best to have cold water
Oh.
between 50 to 72 degrees. That's really hot water. No, I'm just kidding. This is American. But apparently, yeah, your body's rehydrate faster because it's absorbed more quickly.
Mm.
And then they think it promotes weight loss because the body has to work harder to warm it, while cold water doesn't. Oh, it makes us burn, I guess, 8 calories more per cup. That's not much.
If we drink cold water.
Yeah, if it's cold, because your body
Yeah.
has to burn a little energy to warm it up.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But yeah, so I guess colder room temperature is good.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Yeah.
guess there's a benefit to drinking cold water.
Boom.
Never even thought about that.
You learn stuff on this podcast if you didn't know.
Yeah, look at that, guys. So when you go home and have your vodka mio, add a little bit of cold ice to it. Healthy.
Yeah.
That's why the brew house does that. That's why they make the cup 89% ice. They're,
Yeah.
they're trying to make us healthy.
Yeah, freaking they're looking after us.
Yeah. The waitress comes over. She's like, "Hey, I recognize you as the regular with the big cock. How are you? Rum and Coke. Can't really do that. It's not healthy enough. We're gonna do 89% water. I
Then
mean,
add your rum and coke.
89% ice.
Yeah.
Okay. Best I could do is 20 ounces. No, that's
Yeah.
like I remember the one time you ordered what was it, a white Russian? You're like, and can I have like no ice?
Oh
The girl
yeah.
the girl looked at you like you were an anime villain. She's like, ah.
Yeah. I you know what though that didn't help was I didn't mean to be. I didn't want to, but I think how I worded it too though is I came off like super arrogant because I knew afterwards I was like sitting there I'm like I should have worded that way better, but I was just like I don't know what it was. I was like stumbling with my words and yeah, I was just like I'll take a white Russian, no
You know,
ice.
you did it pretty good. No,
Yeah.
I remember that day. You did it fine. You're like, oh, and by the way, can I have no ice? You dumb fucking Canuck.
You stupid twat, you put the real one back.
That's a
Yeah.
reference to Diamonds Are Forever for anybody who didn't get that. You know, back when Sean Connery would just beat the fuck out of chicks. Actually, that's a good one. What do you think? This is a sin, but I still haven't watched the new Bond.
We
We
need
ha-
to watch it.
I know you've watched it, and my sister's watched it. she every time she talks to me, she's like, "Did you watch Bond yet?" I'm like, "No," and I'm like, the part of the ending already got spoiled for me.
No way.
But yes, unfortunately.
Ah, shit. I guess it's
But
been out for so long that
yeah, that's the
the
thing.
unfortunate part is eventually, yeah,
But
shit
we're
leaks
gonna
out.
we're gonna have, even if I end up renting it on whatever
Yeah.
Amazon or something, I don't care.
Well, it is on there, and I actually,
Yeah. Well, I think it's out on Blu-ray and shit now.
oh really?
Yeah. It's No Time to Die, right?
Yep, yep.
Yeah, not A Time to Die. No Time to Die. Yeah, I think I saw it at Walmart. I might just buy it on Blu-ray because I actually have all the Bond movies on Blu-ray, so
Hell yeah.
I wouldn't mind adding it to my collection.
Right on.
I don't buy very many physical movies anymore,
Well, yeah, that's just how
but
it is.
The Bond ones though, have you noticed they're not really available anywhere? Like
No,
who owns that? Is it still MGM?
MGM, in
Yeah,
which I think MGM, I think a lot of them are based around Sony, isn't it?
I think so. Here, let's just Google it. Who
That's
owns James
why.
Bond?
That's what,
Oh,
mm.
isn't it Albert R. Broccoli? Who is James Bond owned by Sony? Okay. Oh, the rights to the Daniel Craig films, I guess. Uh okay, so yeah, it's Sony. So they're owned by they're half
MGM.
owned, yeah, half owned by MGM,
Hmm.
and then and Dad Jack, and then Columbia Pictures, which Columbia Pictures is owned by Sony.
Ah, yeah. Okay.
So that makes sense.
Hmm. Yeah, because I was gonna say, I remember. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because GoldenEye. It was the first like James Bond I saw in theaters. Maybe that's why it just like stuck to me.
Yeah.
Because like before GoldenEye, like um, my dad's best friend there, he had them all on VHS, and what we would do is I would get one, watch it, rewind it, take it back to him, get the next one, and watch all of them. And then I remember when James Goldeneye came out, me and Dad went to the theaters to watch that. And then after, I think it was after, or maybe it was before, one of the two, we went and we bought. I didn't even rent James Bond Goldeneye for N64. We went straight to Superstore and picked it up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was really cool. That was like that was really exciting for me too, because it was like, let's, because it's typically, oh, we'll rent it because it's like $5 or $15 or whatever it was to rent it, and then it's like, all right, okay,
I
for
hope it wasn't $15. Jesus Christ.
I can't remember what it was back then. Again,
Yeah.
I wasn't also paying for it; it was my
Yeah.
parents. But the yeah, but I remember that because it was just like I was just so freaking pumped, and then yeah, freaking dad's like, yeah, we'll buy it. It's like, oh my god, we're just straight up buying this. It's like, yes.
Yeah. No, we're not renting it, son. Dude, I actually remember. I have a question for you, but we're
Yeah,
gonna circle back to it. But
for sure.
I was saying, um, I have this one very vivid memory when I don't know how old we would have been. Probably like around 7 or 8, maybe. It was before my parents' divorce, I believe. So it would have been around, yeah. We are probably 7 or 8. But I just remember so vividly this one weekend. We had probably, I don't know, a week off of school or something for whatever reason. But I just remember this whole week that our dad let us rent a new Nintendo game like every day. And
Holy fuck.
yeah, I don't know why. I just remember that being like so lit. It's just a memory that's always in my head, and I mean Nintendo like NES because we had
Yeah,
our local video store, and
yeah.
even though it was 1998, they still had everything. They still had NES, Super Nintendo, and 64. They were just getting into PlayStation, and yeah, like PlayStation N64 would have been probably the newest stuff on the shelves at that time, and they had a
Yeah.
little bit of Dreamcast, not much, but yeah, I remember like every day that week though, Dad let us, um, he would let us rent all these games, and I just remember having so much fun that week. And it's funny because one of the games that I remember from that weekend was Flintstones Surprise at Dinosaur Peak, and
Okay. Yeah.
it's actually funny because that was one of the games that I wanted to buy back then. When they started selling their NES games, that was one of the ones I wanted to buy because I had a lot of fun with it as a kid. But unfortunately, it was already sold. But it turns out that that game is actually one of the most rarest games right now for the
Yeah.
Nintendo. Like if you look up Flintstones Surprise at Dinosaur Peak, I'm gonna look it up right now. Let's see how much it's going for right now on eBay. Is it like probably a couple thousand?
I can only imagine.
Oh, there you
Is
go.
that is this a
Uh,
side? Well, I guess most typically all those
yeah,
games are side scrollers.
yes, it is. Yeah, not all of them are, but yeah, this one is. Um, I just remember. I don't remember a lot of it now, but from what I remember at the time was, yeah, you played as like Fred, and you had like your club. I just
Yeah.
remember clubbing guys, and it kind of
Yeah.
remind at the time. It kind of reminded me of Bugs Bunny's Crazy Castle. It was fun, but yeah, this complete in box right now.
Yeah.
Um, there's a complete in box on eBay right now, going for $5,627 Canadian,
Jesus Christ.
and that's probably the lower end now. Like, well, it's hard to say,
You
but
know,
yeah,
it's funny again part of this is being me being arrogant for the lack of acknowledgement in um collectibles, like video game collectibles, right?
right.
But like it just makes me wonder when when you talk about that, like this Flintstone game that's not been out of the package and this guy's
Well,
selling it for
well, this one has been out of the package. It's just complete in box, meaning that
oh,
everything's there.
okay.
The
So
dust sleeve, the instruction manual in the box.
okay. But either way, this guy's putting it on the market for 5,000?
Yeah, like $5,600 Canadian.
Yeah, okay. Now, to me, when I think of money like that, I think, "Oh, someone's going to pick this thing up right away." But
Right.
to but I assume that like I don't know, is how would you treat you like not used this retro video game market, these where like the charge thousands of dollars for these kind of games. Like,
Well, that's the thing. It's what it comes down to when it comes to like what are you asking?
uh, like I guess I'm just trying to figure out this value to it.
You're
Like,
trying to
where does this guy think that this game is worth $5,600? That someone's just going to be like, yeah, I want to buy this for $5,600.
right. So um, what it comes down to for these games, the reason they're rare is because they were late. So they were late in the NES library. Most of the rare games on NES were late in the series, like Flintstones Surprise at Dinosaur Peak, Panic Restaurant, which, by the way, Panic Restaurant is one of the games. It's worth about $1,400 loose right now. I got that for $2 when I was a kid, so I did
Yeah,
actually, and that's because it was one of my favorites. But it's
yeah.
so funny because I didn't know till like 20 years later that it's worth like you know over thousands of dollars. Some of depending on the condition and how complete it is.
So how much would you sell?
But
Like, could you sell yours, or do you have yours right now?
yeah, I have mine.
Would you ever sell it?
I'm actually selling it right now for
Oh,
$1,500.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's on Kijiji and stuff. I haven't put it on eBay yet because I'm seeing if people will buy it locally. Because eBay is like an auction house. They take their cut. Hey,
yeah, yeah. I was gonna
so
say I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just because I just never got into eBay, but eBay always kind of I don't know. It's weird.
well,
I'm
eBay
okay with with
Kijiji,
Kijiji,
yeah,
or Facebook Marketplace, but I'm not okay with
yeah.
eBay.
It's because they don't take a cut, right, when you sell or buy. Like, there's no premium on those. They're all free.
Yeah,
I think that's why. And a lot of people are sketched out because of because of how because of they take that premium and stuff, things are always a little more expensive on eBay.
yeah,
So because people they'll be like, it's like a pawn shop, right? It's like, well, I know the pawn shop's gonna take, they want to take their cut of, whatever, 20%. So I know I'm gonna value this $3,000 item at, 3,500 to make up
yeah.
for what I'm gonna lose to the auction house, essentially.
Mm, okay.
But but yeah, like I no, totally. I totally get what you're saying there. Because
Mhm.
it's just how it is. But to get back to what I was saying, most of these ones, uh, I think actually all the rare games on the NES, they're all made by Taito. So Taito already like I find they release their stuff in limited quantities as it is,
Mhm.
but it's also that they were at the end of the NES life. So when a lot of these games came out, like Panic Restaurant and shit like that, the Super Nintendo was already out. So people were already moving on to the next thing, right?
Mhm.
It's like releasing a game for the Xbox when the 360 is already out.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah,
there. So basically, what it comes down to is
yeah.
scarcity. So there wasn't a lot of these games made because the market had already pretty much moved on.
Oh, okay.
But but yeah, most of them are made by Taito. The modern day equivalent to Taito games like this, I would say, is probably like Atlas.
Mhm.
Have you ever seen an Atlas game?
No, I haven't. No.
I think uh I think they made. Yeah, I'm gonna Google it. What
It's
games did?
funny for how I was like my cousins had a Super Nintendo, like NES and stuff like that, and it's funny how I never really truly got into that. But the again, when it came to video games, I started off with PC. Dad introduced me to PC gaming right off the bat. And it wasn't like
Right.
he wasn't fully into it. It was just like he had a computer, there's a few games, and then when I had the chance, he'd play them, and then he'd show me, and then he gave me a try, and then I would try the games, and I really got hooked into them. And then I don't know what it was. I guess it was I guess it was the fact that I started with these unfortunate violent games that like a game like Flintstone or like Mario Party or Super Mario kind of had me kind of a little bit hooked, a little bit. But like
Yeah.
again, like one of my first video games I ever played was Blakestone.
Oh yeah.
It's just you're ripping people apart, and well, not like you're shooting people, and they're like fucking holes are going through them and shit. And then I think after that was like the four main games that I can remember. Now the last one I can't remember the name of it, but I remember Blakestone, Doom, Wolfenstein, and then there's this fucking awesome. Well, at the time, to me, anyways, there's this awesome not a flight simulator, but it was like I don't know. Let's see if I can. I don't
Was
even
it
know if I'll be
3D
able to.
Monster Maze?
No, no, no. It was a jet flying game. You choose your jet, and you just
Oh,
flew around this enormous area, or what felt like it was enormous. Like it just felt like it could go and go and go.
it, it wasn't Pilot Wings, was it?
Uh,
Or are you talking about the PC?
yeah, it was on PC. Yeah,
Huh.
I'm literally typing in '90s jet flying games. So that's probably horrible to try to. Uh, man.
You're like, I'm just googling it right now. How to burn down a school.
Yeah.
There,
Yeah.
there's there,
Seriously.
there's literally a game called Jet Fighter 2
Oh my
for the
god.
PC.
It like, and it's not like a bird's eye view. Like you're actually in the cockpit sort of thing. You're flying the sucker.
Wait,
Um,
it's not Star Wars, is it?
no, not Star Wars. It
Okay,
100%. It was
it's
like
like
jet
okay,
flight alignment ATP.
because I know there was X-wing and Tie Fighter in that time. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
this it's probably this Jet Fighter game, man.
Yeah. What is it called?
It's just
Is it
called Jet Fighter.
literally called Jet Fighter?
Yeah, Jet Fighter 2 is the one I'm looking at, but it's a first person cockpit game. And and then in 1996 there's a Jet Fighter 3. Like was it DOS style graphics or
Uh, fuck. I remember you could like. I guess you could go into a back. Like you could see the ship actually. Like it most like. Hmm.
yeah,
I almost want to say jet fighter. Fighter.
yeah, but was it DOS graphics or was it like more 3D stuff?
3D. 3D for sure. It
Okay,
might, dude. It
it
might
might
be
have been
Jet Fighter 2.
Might have been Jet Fighter 3 cuz Jet Fighter 3 is more it looks more like 3D-ish.
Oh yeah,
It
yeah, yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
Jet Fighter 3 is like Duke Nukem. It's 3D-ish. So like 3D environment it looks like, but a lot of the textures are 2D.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That
Jet
the
Fighter 3?
I know this sounds really kind of dumb, but like the it's every friggin' uh jets have them. You know the altitude, the green
Yeah,
altitude thing.
yeah.
That looks very familiar to me.
That it's I'll bet it's Jet Fighter
And the
3.
actually, yeah, the 1, 2, 3. Like if oh no, I'm on unfortunately Bing. Ugh. But on the fifth
You're like,
picture,
"Oh
the
shit." You're like, "Oh shit, it was actually Star Citizen. Damn it."
yeah, yeah, but yeah, that looks like it, man. It honestly looks like it. Not that game. Just I don't know what it was. It called that game called out to me. I had so much fun playing that. Even though I didn't know what I was doing half the time.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like a pretty cool game actually. Like it's just it looks like a very primitive version of Microsoft like Flight Simulator almost.
You know what's frustrating is especially as a kid, like when you look at this game back in like 1990 whenever I played this game,
Yeah.
this game to me would have looked like fucking Battlefield 3
Oh yeah.
flights, you know what I mean? Like, and that's why it's like it's hard to depict, like to like look back in this game and be like, huh, these all look real. Like the graphics all look like they look all right for its time, but at the same time too, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I think it was this game.
I know, right? Well, it looks kind of ugly, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
one game that always does that to
yeah.
me is Star Fox Adventures on the GameCube.
Yeah.
I remember reading the magazines in Nintendo Power about when that game was coming out, and then I remember getting it for Christmas that year, and then I played the shit out of
Oh,
it. I'm like, this is the most beautiful game ever. Oh my god, the graphics are so insane. And then
yeah.
I remember like looking back at it like a couple of years ago, and I'm like, holy fuck, this is dog shit. Still a fun game, minus
Yeah.
the royalty free sound effects, but it's still a fun
The
game. But like the graphics are shit.
I didn't even know that game existed. I thought that was just I thought it was a I thought it was a game that never got to like released. I saw
Uh,
it. I saw it on those game magazines, man. I saw it. I'm like, wow,
Yeah,
that's cool. I
well,
remember the N64, like
well,
the first one, right?
yeah.
And then yeah, seeing
There
all these
was an
articles.
unreleased one though.
Yeah.
There was an unreleased one called Star Fox 2. It was on the Super Nintendo. It was a sequel to the original uh, SNES one, and
Oh, okay.
it was literally called Star Fox 2, but it got canceled. But a neat trivia about that game, though, it actually got a full release recently on the Switch, or no, sorry, not the Switch. I imagine you could download it on the Switch, but it got released on that. Do you remember that NES Classic they made? But then they made the Super Nintendo Classic. That's where
Okay, yep.
it got released on the Super Nintendo Classic.
Oh shit.
But the ironic thing about the whole Star Fox Adventures thing was that it was actually originally a game called Dinosaur Planet it was a completely original game with a fox as the main character, and then Nintendo developed it with Rare. I think it was. Is that who did this game? I think so.
Uh,
I think it was. I think it was. I don't remember.
Design. Just taking a look. Nothing pops up right away.
I don't know. It might have been. Somebody will fucking call me out if it's wrong. But anyway, they had this game, and then Nintendo was basically like, "Hey, we already got a fox from Star Fox. Why don't we make him the character?" And then they reworked the whole game to be a Star Fox game. It was kind
Nice.
of fun. It's kind of funny how that went.
Yeah.
And I
Huh.
think that's where I think that's literally why we have furries now, is because of Star Fox Adventures.
Yeah.
All the kids played Star Fox Adventures, and they saw Crystal.
Yeah.
Come on, you know Crystal the Fox.
I honestly don't. You know what? Star Fox, I didn't get far in it. Um, I feel like I only got into the third level, and I was just so bad that I couldn't beat it, and I just got frustrated, and I actually gave up.
I feel like
Oh, okay. That
I just sent it to the chat.
yeah,
I
yeah.
I
Okay.
think a bunch of people just threw something at their screen for you saying that.
Yeah, but
Shoot,
that's
shoot. Especially Dallin. If Dallin's watching right now, he's like, or listening to this, he's like, "Are you fucking kidding me? That was my wife."
but yeah, I think but didn't Star Fox come out close to the same time as GoldenEye?
Not
Or am I wrong?
Adventures. Star
Oh
Fox
no.
64.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yep, Star Fox 64 would have came out around the same time as
So
GoldenEye.
yeah. And I'm trying to remember the other games that I would have been hooked onto. And yeah, again, Star Fox, I just I got 3 levels in and I couldn't finish to think the third level or something. I was like, fuck this.
Okay,
Like
okay. Oh, you're talking about the
a-
actual
and yeah,
64.
N64. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, that dude, I beat the shit out of that. I even beat like the secret because there's like the secret way where you can keep doing the secret exits, and then you get all the way to Andros, and then you fight his true form,
Okay.
where he's a giant brain. That
Oh,
was
Jesus.
that was fucking creepy and
Yeah,
very hard as a kid. I
yeah,
replayed it on the 3DS
yeah.
when that came out a few years ago, and I was like, I beat him on like my first try really easily. I'm like, I used to have trouble with this shit. Like, what the fuck? Fucking hilarious.
You
My
know,
my
keep
oh,
going for a second.
well, I was just gonna say my favorite thing about Star Fox Adventures though was that it was totally a new thing, right? And the big bad guy was General Scales, and he was so badass. And I remember just thinking in all the promotional shit and looking at him, I'm like, oh my god, that guy's so fucking cool. He's cool looking. He's gonna be an awesome enemy. And all the I think they're called Sharp Claws, all of his
Okay.
minions. And like they were so fucking badass, and it was fun to fight them. And I'm like, oh my god, I'll bet you he's just gonna be a badass. And then at the end of the game, when you're returning, I think I this is all based on like a memory from 20 years ago almost. But I remember you, I remember you brought back the last Krazoa spirit, I think it was, and then like General Scales just drops in from the ceilings basically, and he comes at you. It's like, oh shit, here we go. And then you
Yeah.
attack him. I think you attack him like a couple times, and then all of a sudden there's a cutscene, and the Krazoa spirits literally kill him.
Jesus.
It's like you built up this guy the whole time. You built up this big bad guy, and then all of a sudden you don't even fight him. He just gets killed by the Krazoa spirits, and then the Krazoa god comes out and then floats off into space. And I'm like, okay.
What?
That's weird. No, it's like that's weird. But then Fox goes out into space after this god, right? It's a big weird looking mechanical face. But then big surprise at the end of the game, it's not actually a Krazoa god, it's fucking Andross from from Star Fox 64 and from the Super Nintendo one as well. He was always the big bad guy,
Yeah.
Andross. If you look up a picture of him, he looks pretty.
Funny enough, as you say that,
Yeah,
there's literally a one picture where it's talking about that god, and then
yeah,
the next picture over, it's literally his face as his Andros.
yeah. Well, that's how it is, right? It's the Krazoa god, but then like the head turns around, and on the back of the head, it's Andross. And it's
Yeah.
like it was such a fucking random spin because he was always the big bad guy, right? But
Yeah.
in this one, there's no mention of him. Not a single whisper, nothing. It's all
Mhm.
about General Scales. General Scales. He's the big bad guy. And then at the end, they threw you for a total loop, and it's like, just kidding. It's Andross. So
Gee.
it was kind of cool, but it was extremely unexpected at the time
Yeah.
because there's nothing to do with Andross the whole game. Not a single thing. Maybe if I
The
replayed it as an adult, there might be like Easter eggs or like hints or something. But I just remember as a kid being like, "What?"
the going back and playing a little bit of Blakestone, a lot of this the areas I never explored and stuff. I don't know what
Yeah,
it is. That game is like, oh man, the later seasons, I guess. I don't know if you'd want to call them seasons or not, but in Wolfenstein, the 3D, holy, they're like mazes, man. I almost get lost on where the heck I'm going.
is it because everything looks the same?
I think partly, but at the same time too, it's just like, I don't know. It feels like a giant maze, and it's funny, kind of thinking of it because we talk about how in games in modern games and like how we play a lot of, I don't know, I guess there's some similar games that we play, and if there's like, for me, I don't know why I pick all these challenging games that I'm not really good at, like Tarkov and Daisy and stuff like that. But we joke about how it's just like, man, it'd be nice to have like indications for like who your buddy is and stuff, or if there could be a map or something like that, right? But like, I don't know, we used to play games that didn't really have any maps or anything. We just kind of
Yeah, you just kind
made
of found your
do.
way.
Yeah, and so, like, I guess maybe that's why, I don't know, maybe I really don't know the reason for myself, but maybe that's the reason why it never really bothered me as much as, like, I know Justin, it seems like he's starting to understand Tarkov a little bit more, but again, it's like I talked about in the past, Tarkov is one of those games that it requires you to put in the time to understand the game. It's not gonna be like you jump into this game, you know it all. This game is designed, like, that game's designed to be punished, like, to punish you in a certain sense. Like, it's a survival game.
Yeah, it is. It's like
And
it's but games are also a lot more complex these days.
mhm. And but I think too, the other thing, and again, I can't really speak for Justin per se. I'm only going based off of like assuming. But there's a part of me that thinks, like, I know Justin, he wants this and that for certain games, but he plays a lot more arcade shooters, and what I mean by that, like Call of Duty and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it just games that are designed to jump in and jump out at any time. I don't
Yeah,
know, but is Diablo like that too? Is that fair to say? Would
for
you?
Diablo 2, I would say Diablo 2 requires a lot more like Diablo 2, it requires know-how. Like you need to know what you're doing with your build, especially if you're playing on hell mode.
Yeah.
Like I'd say you need. It's not. It's not as intense, I'd say, as like something like Tarkov, but it's not easy. It's not a casual game, but
Yeah,
it's but it's the same. I don't know, like Call of Duty is the same way. Like it requires a lot of skill, but like it's not purposely handicapping you.
yeah,
Is the difference, and like that's where it comes with like a lot of those like Tarkov games and stuff. Is like
yeah,
they almost purposely handicap you with
yeah. But
misinformation or no information. But
yeah,
that's
but
kind of the point.
that's the whole point. Yeah, because at the end of the day, Call of Duty is not a survival game, other than if you want to call zombies. Like, yeah, I guess zombies is survival, but it's an arcade survival where a game like DayZ and Tarkov are designed to be
Yeah,
hardcore. Like, you want like the name of the game is surviving.
yeah,
So
and to me though, I don't know. I think there's room in the market, and we've talked about 100 times how nobody's done this yet. But I'd say there's room in the market for a more casual type game where it's like a looter shooter like Tarkov, where you're trying to loot into a map,
yeah,
but with Call of Duty style arcadey gameplay.
yeah.
I think that'd be really fun.
I think that's what Call of Duty's trying to do with their next game. There's talk about them trying to do a Tarkov mode.
And I think that'd be really cool.
Hmm.
Just because there's nothing wrong with Tarkov. There's nothing wrong with
No.
games like that,
Yeah.
but they're honestly not. There's a very niche market for those games.
I guess to a certain sense, like I think Tarkov is starting to still gain popularity. And again, we're gonna see like in the next year, uh, maybe I don't know if they're gonna push 2 years. I think they want to have it done in a year. But say 2 years from now, this game should be a lot different than it is now. And that's what I'm kind of curious about is what this like, and I think that's the thing that attracts me to Tarkov and the amount of hours I put into the game and stuff is every patch it just there's just so much new stuff and they've added and stuff, you know what I mean? Like it's just um how do you put it? I guess the other than Daisy, the thing that was appealing to Daisy to me was there's nothing like Daisy.
Yeah, and
You know,
that's very surprising to me.
the and that's the same with Tarkov. Tarkov, it just there's something about it that there's nothing like Tarkov. I would almost say, or I haven't played anything that is like Tarkov. Um, the because it's we make these jokes and you guys like to make the jokes because I'm notorious for these alpha beta kind of
Yeah,
games on how it's just like, well, it's not in beta anymore, he's done with it, or oh, all he plays is beta games and stuff that have been like like Daisy, it's been out for
just a real
7.
beta thing to do.
It's a beta thing to do.
You got a
The
Sigma like me.
like Daisy, for example, it's been out for 8 years now. No, almost 10 years.
I'd say 10 years.
9 years. 9 years.
What have I become? My
It'll be
sweetest friend.
2023 December 13th 2000 or 2000. Oh my gosh, December 13th or December 14th, one of those days of 2013 is when it first came out, but there was also mod before that which was played for a year or two.
Yeah,
So like the official game in 2023 in December will be 10 years. Now, people will argue, holy shit, that game has been in development for so many years, right? But like I was kind of thinking about this. Maybe I'm overthinking this, and I wanted to get your kind of point on this. We joke about these games being in development for so long, right? But but then here we are playing a game. Say, I'm just going to use just Call of Duty
here
as
comes the fanboy moment.
Yeah, here's the fan bike. I don't know. Like, I'm not. This is just, I think, any kind of game that I guess that's in the long development. But we criticize these games that are in long development, but then
Yeah,
again, we don't criticize games like Call of Duty. When you think about it, when you think about Call of Duty, are we not playing the same Call of Duty since Modern Warfare 1?
it's. I mean, obviously things have been smoothed over a lot as far
Okay.
as graphics and textures,
Yeah.
and I think the biggest thing they've changed in the gameplay is the sliding. But other than that, there's
It's the
yeah,
same thing. It's
it's
the same
pretty.
thing. So could you not like as a joke, more or less, could you not just say that Call of Duty Modern Warfare has or Call of Duty has just been in uh a development cycle for the last 20 years?
Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? And that's kind of where it goes.
I
That
don't
that's
know.
kind of where that's kind of where it goes. It's like you're not wrong in the way that you're saying that.
Mhm.
Like you're not wrong about yeah, like it's literally almost the same game, but they have produced different titles with different story modes and different maps and all this, which is great. But
Yeah.
like yeah, as far as the gameplay goes, it you know hasn't changed a whole shit ton. But like I think what it comes down to that people like Justin and me like
Mhm.
is the smoothness of the controls. I think that's what I like. Is like I don't like it. That's the one thing I don't like about DayZ. I love the idea of DayZ. I love the world and I love the way
Mhm.
everything works. But I don't like
Yeah.
the handicap controls. Like
Yeah.
I don't think they're necessary. I
I
think you could have good and when it comes to Tarkov, I've never played it, so I don't know the controls. But I'm not against the whole bullet damage thing, where your guy's shaking stuff like that. And
yeah.
DayZ does that a little bit too. When you're shot, you can't have a steady aim at all. It's very
Yeah.
shaky. So that
Mm.
makes sense. But like, I don't really care for the whole like the one thing that drives me nuts to DayZ was the whole when you're using a shotgun. So you gotta hold right to aim your shotgun, and then you gotta click to aim your shotgun again, and then you take a shot, okay? But then you gotta press R to reload one shot if it's a pump action, and then you gotta zoom back down the
Oh,
barrel, and
yeah, okay, yeah, I get you on that. I get you
and
on
then
that. And
yeah, and then you gotta
I
zoom
will
back
agree with
down.
you. I will agree with you on that. Tarkov doesn't do that, thank God.
Well, that and
There's
that,
yeah. So sorry,
yeah,
I'll let you continue there.
well, I was gonna say I don't know how much Tarkov. It doesn't seem like they really handicap your controls that much, like DayZ does. I think it's just Tarkov is more hardcore in the sense of just lots of shit to know.
Yeah, so exactly. That's one thing. What I will say, like, I okay, I agree with you on the DayZ where it's just like, oh, press R to repump the shotgun. Do this and do this, like limiting you on how you gotta load your ammo and
Yeah,
stuff, like making it overcomplicated. Like Tarkov is not like that. You shoot and he'll repump the shotgun, like your typical FPS game. If you run out of ammo, it's as simple as dragging the ammo onto the magazine and your guy starts filling up that magazine with ammo.
right.
It's not like
Do you need to
DayZ
have different
where
magazines in Tarkov?
like sorry, like
Like, do you
could
have
you
to
come
have
here?
the right magazine for your weapon?
Yeah, yeah. Well, like yeah,
And,
if you have an ump, you need an ump magazine, of course. Yeah.
okay, so you have to have your actual magazines.
Yeah, it's not
And
sorry, it's not like yeah, it's not like Call of Duty where it's just like you have assault ammo, you have sniper ammo, you don't and you have pistol ammo. It's not like that. It's like you there is a certain caliber of like say example the UMP. The UMP you need to have the UMP magazine with a 45 like a 45 APC round. Now there's multiple different type of APC rounds um, but again, it's the idea that it's you picking it up. You don't be like, well, I got to take the magazine out of the gun, put it in my hand, drag the ammo onto a hotkey, press the hotkey to put the ammo in the gun. It's not like that. It's just
yeah,
like You take them like you do have to take the magazine out, but it's as simple as dragging the bullets onto what Daisy used to be. It's what Tarkov is what Daisy used to be, where it's like you drag the ammo onto the gun and then it reloaded. And then
Oh
Daisy's
yeah,
is like, oh,
yeah,
let's make it let's do like yeah, that
yeah.
I
Because
will
now
agree.
you
That
have,
was
and it's not it's not you know like putting the clips in your hand and then reloading them in your hand like that. It wasn't terrible in DayZ once I figured
mhm,
it out. But
yeah.
like for me in a game like Tarkov, you can't be doing that shit. It's a
Yeah.
competitive, fast-paced shooter,
Well,
to a degree.
to a
I,
degree,
I,
yeah. Some
I,
people will argue
unless
that
you're a woods pussy.
yeah, that's me. The a lot of people actually consider Tarkov not a competitive shooter.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's not, but like what's there's nothing worse than being in a big firefight if you're in like what's that place called? Hangar or something?
Oh, factory.
Factory. Yeah, if you're in a place like Factory, like imagine having to fucking pull out your magazine and then like reload it like DayZ
Oh
style. Like,
God, yeah.
holy fuck, you'd be screwed.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you'd be you'd be on.
Like yeah, it's not as fast paced as like Call of Duty's Battle Royale shit like that, like Warzone.
Mhm.
But still, like if you were stuck doing shit like that, like that's where DayZ gets more stressful when you're like, you know, you run out of clips in a big firefight in a town, and then you gotta like reload them, and it takes forever, and it doesn't always work. Whereas Call of Duty, like I said, you just have your bullets on you. You press R, he just ejects the magazine, puts a new one in. That's simple as it is. So I like the simplicity, and it doesn't sound like Tarkov's too much worse,
Yeah.
but you
So
definitely want to make sure you have a few magazines on you, though.
Tarkov is considered a action role playing first person shooter RPG.
Action role playing.
Actually, yeah, that's what they call it. Yeah, action
You do you
action
create your
role.
own? Do you create your own character?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, you could, yeah, right off the bat you start off with like it's not like choosing the eye color and molding his face. It's just like you choose out of faces, you choose out of
well,
voices.
I want to create my dick. I want to make my guy have a big dick.
Yeah, like cyberpunk.
Well, just it won't feel realistic if I'm playing a guy that doesn't have a big dick.
The so yeah, after you make those two, yeah, changing subjects. No, but after doing that, once you get to a certain specific levels, like yeah, like skill levels, you can unlock like new player like clothing, like for jackets and pants, sort of thing.
Oh,
That's as much customization you can get,
oh,
but it's still kind of neat.
that's not terrible. I don't think.
Yeah. So. But yeah, the a lot of people will consider it not a competitive shooter. Like this one guy that I watch quite a bit on Twitch. Now again, his views can be different than anyone else's, but his opinion is if as soon as you put skills in a game like a skill what the hell did they call it?
Soft skills.
Not soft skills, a skill tree. Is that
Oh
right?
yeah,
Is that the right
yeah,
term for that? As
yeah.
yeah, he put it as soon as you put a skill tree into a game, you shouldn't consider it a competitive gaming because uh in his mind competitive gaming is you have the same uh your your character, let's call it, um is like exact Call of Duty. You know what I mean? There's no
Yeah,
all of us start at the exact like our characters are not better at like my character's not better than wow, I can't even talk. My character is not better at shooting than your character. We're all the same. It's literally based on ourselves on how like skilled we are.
yeah. No,
Because like
that makes sense.
yeah, because like Tarkov, like there's like from your health, like vitality, like how many times you can take damage to your health, your metabolism, and that metabolism can be changing from mag drills, sorry, which is how like the more you put bullets into your gun, the you'll advance that skill to make you faster at reloading, putting bullets into the gun or removing bullets from a gun, to hideout management, to perspective, to attention to detail, to searching, like it all has such a big significance, especially like skill for the type of gun you use. If there's a specific gun, like say an M4, well there's a skill tree for like not skill tree for M4, but there's a thing for M4s and assault rifles. The more you use the assault rifle, the better your recoil control is for that specific gun, and how you maintain it and stuff like that.
Oh, so you're saying you're a cheater.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh Jesus! Holy fuck! Okay, sorry about that. I just got jump scared by a video that auto played. Holy fuck!
um One thing I will say, like it's been we were kind of talking a little bit earlier here, like on I guess it's a little bit quiet for us when it comes to um stuff coming up right now. It is what it is. It's January.
Yeah,
I will say the one thing that has kind of piqued my interest recently was they
what's that?
announced today Hitman 3, which I played, which is a great game. Season 2 is coming out on the 20th, so 7 days from now. And they showed a bunch of stuff that they're going to be releasing for it. And one of the things I'm excited about, which isn't coming out right at the beginning on the 20th, it's a little bit later on. They're adding this mode that's it's kind of like in a weird way, like a survival mode. It's the idea that it it's like Hitman 2. I don't know if you ever did you ever play Hitman 2 or
I
any of the Hitman games?
I played them a little bit at your place, and then I played. I think I think it was Hitman 2. I played.
Okay, so Hitman 2,
I think.
because Hitman 2 is the one where you're in a castle and then you could go to a shed where all your guns are and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Hitman 2 is the one I own.
Okay, so from my if I remember, I gotta now again. Sorry, when I guess we should clarify for people that uh haven't played Hitman. This is sorry the original Hitman 2, because they have a new series of Hitman games that are like again 1, 2, and 3. So
Right.
these are the old 2000 Hitman games. And Hitman 2, that was one of the coolest features I felt like that they never continued on with the other games, where you could literally go to your shed, choose your stuff, check out the stuff that you brought back with you, kind of like the guns that you've collected over time, and then take it out to your next mission, sort of thing. And
Right.
they in this new year 2 of Hitman 3, the new generation of Hitmans, they are bringing that back. They have this thing where you have this hideout and you go and you the guns that you collect in the missions you bring back with you, and then you can take those guns out to you for the next for whatever mission you want to go on to. But the thing is though is to say, for example, you have the silver ballers, they're like iconic guns for the Hitman series. Say if I
Yeah,
went and
boy.
took the silver baller out on a mission and I'm like, oh shoot, there's a scenario that came up where I had to hide in a garbage can or something like that, and say if I forget it and I leave the mission, I lose that gun.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
it's not a persistent. It's not persistent guns anymore, or this mode that they're making. And but it's cool because it's just like I think in the missions though you can run into people like a black market kind of thing and buy guns from them to get sent back to your hideout, and it's this really cool looking hideout that's like out in the forest area. And you can also customize like throughout the, I guess, the story or whatever it is. You can actually customize your hideout to make it unique to your own on how you want it.
Right.
So like that to
That'd be
me,
sweet. That'd be
yeah,
awesome.
Yeah. So like I'm super super pumped about that because that shows it's nice to see that again. It's like year two, and it's just like they're really still focusing on like adding replayable content for that game.
Yeah, because this is Hitman 3, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
because that was
It's because Hitman One came out, the new generation we'll call it. Came out 2016. Hitman Two came out 2018,
yeah.
I think. Maybe 2019. No, 2018, I think. And then 2020 was Hitman 3. Yeah,
I
no, Hitman. Sorry, 2021. I don't.
I
I
will
don't have to
say
think
that
about.
is the one series that got such a glow up. Like don't get me wrong, the old ones were fucking awesome. They really were amazing and like groundbreaking games, and they had cool Easter eggs too. But
Yeah.
like the reboot or whatever, I don't even know if is it a reboot or is it a sequel technically.
Uh
The new Hitman games.
I would.
I I'm not. I'll be the first to
Uh,
admit I'm not big up on the Hitman lore.
that that's fine. I would say it's a reboot.
Yeah, that's what I think anyway. But it's
It's
like
interesting because it's a reboot, but the awesome part about it is they're using a lot of the original voice actors. Like the guy who does Agent 47 is the same guy that did Right Back from the very first one back in 99 or whatever.
right.
So he's been playing the same guy for yeah, freaking 20 something years.
Wait, it wasn't the guy for the 2007 movie?
I know.
Oh
Yeah. So yeah, I
god.
guess Hitman 3 came out January 20th. Yeah, I guess that would make sense, right? Year
Yeah.
2. So January 20th, 2021 is when Hitman 3 came out. Hitman 2 came out in 2018, and then Hitman 1 came out 2000 yeah, 2016, 18, 20. Okay, cool. And then if you want to
Wait. Oh my god. This is actually blowing my mind right now. This is so fucking stupid. I I it was so long ago. I did not know that Timothy Oliphant. He played Agent
Yeah.
47.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh
yeah,
Jesus Christ.
yeah.
I I didn't even like because I wasn't very familiar with his movies. Like I'm more familiar with his recent work because
Yeah.
he's actually really good.
Yeah.
But like, oh my god, the Hitman movie is such dog shit.
The biggest movie that I remember him from that stuck out is the Die Hard movie. Forget which Die Hard it was. 3?
Oh yeah, he was in one of
Die
them,
Hard
wasn't he?
4? One of the two. Yeah.
And well, for me, it was for me for recent, it was I think he was in a movie called Lawless, I think, and then he was in the Santa Clarita Diet, which
Okay.
was an awesome show.
Nice.
Unfortunately, Netflix said, "Hey, we can't have cool shows, and we're gonna cancel this."
Yeah.
So, I'm like, okay, fuck you.
The I was gonna say the one cool thing that I like, and I'm almost thinking if Justin is listening to this, all the Hitman games, Hitman 1, 2, and coming up here with the year 2 of Hitman 3, they are going to make them all accessible to be able to play them in VR.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
Yeah, yeah, they were really pushing it on specifically this. Like I was just watching the trailer today, and they were really talking about VR when it came to Hitman 3, on like the things that you can do and stuff that they were kind of laughing about. Like this one guy was going around the map and he was like slapping all the AI and stuff.
It's so
So
funny how some of those guys get so intense in VR.
yeah, yeah,
By the
man,
way, he was in Live Free or Die Hard.
yeah,
Yeah, it was
that's it.
actually this. It was actually literally the same year as Hitman.
No way,
Yeah,
really?
2007.
Oh my god.
Yeah, see, I knew him from 2010, The Crazies. That was one of the
Okay,
first. That was that crazy horror movie at the time. I
I'm
remember
pretty
that.
sure. I'm pretty sure I've seen him in the past, but again, I that
Yeah,
was the
he
movie
was in
that
Once
was
Upon a
like,
Time in Hollywood as well.
yeah. You know the one thing I kind of laughed about, like looking back at it now, on how I'm pretty sure it was Live Free Die Hard, where um Chevy must have had some kind of thing on it, or maybe not, or maybe they were making fun of Chevy's OnStar, because it's just like Bruce Willis steals this person's vehicle, and like OnStar is trying to cancel him or some shit, trying to prevent him from stealing a vehicle or something. It's like,
That
okay, calm down.
that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the other thing actually that I was watching recently, and this because Kyle was watching it, my brother. Um, for people who don't know that, obviously you know that.
Yeah.
He was watching actually Cobra Kai.
Oh yeah.
Have you
Uh,
watched that?
I personally haven't. It never really piqued my interest, but it's funny enough. My family, my mother talks about it a lot, and my
Yeah, and
stepdad.
it never actually really like it never stuck. Like I mean, I like the Karate Kid, sure, but
Yeah.
like it never really stuck out to me. But Kyle was rewatching it,
Yeah.
and so I'm like, it was episode. I think it was episode two. We started like he was on. He had just done episode one, so I'm like eating supper. I'm like, oh, I'll watch, and I ended up watching like the whole first season with him.
Oh wow, nice.
'Cause I was like, oh, this show's awesome. It's actually fun.
Yeah,
It's
nice.
it's a little it's a little fucky and stuff. Like it's got kind of that teenage drama vibe, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I fucking I love what an asshole Johnny is to the kids.
Yeah.
Like call them like fat and useless and stuff. Fucking
Oh my
hilarious.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
When it comes to TV shows,
Pawn Stars.
um, Pawn Stars, yeah. Uh, apparently, so one issue that me and you were having with this new MacGruber series coming out is uh
Peacock.
Peacock. Um, but apparently you can go on Amazon and go to their channel, and apparently it's under Showtime or Showcase,
Oh,
but
showcase.
you have to watch it at a certain time. It's like it's a channel,
What?
like you have to watch it because
Oh, right.
if you don't, let me just double check because I looked it up, and sure enough, it's under there. If you go on Amazon friggin' Prime Video, and you look up MacGruber, it's there. But I think you have to watch at a certain time because my mom, they don't have uh yeah, Stack TV. Watch with free 30 days of Stack TV trial. But yeah, first episode, A Good Day to Die. And but yeah, I guess mom has been watching it. And it just that's funny to me because if people don't know, which we probably don't, I guess we talked about it in what episode 2 or something like that. MacGruber's like big for us, me and Cody
Oh yeah.
specifically.
Oh, it's huge.
We love our satire slapstick
Slapstick.
kind of, and yeah, and then on top of that's Will Forte, and fuck, he's a genius. Like he's so awesome. And so it's just funny because like my mom, like when I have conversations with mom, uh I don't like she does like again I don't talk about MacGruber to my mother, but then she's like, "Oh, you watch? There's this funny show, the MacGruber," and it's just like, "Yeah, I know." And then she'd be like, "Oh, there was a movie back 10 years ago." I'm like, "Yeah, I know, I watched it."
You're like, I know.
and,
I
and
invented it.
but it's what's frustrating. Okay, so one, I'm also on another show on Sundays that Cody knows of that I
Yeah.
do on Twitch with my buddy TK. It
Shout
happened.
out to Whiskey Studios.
Yeah, Whiskey Susan. Okay, here's the conflicting thing that I just found out. Are you ready for this?
He hates MacGruber.
No, well, maybe, but
No. Well, maybe.
all the MacGruber episodes are on fucking Sunday and start at 7 o'clock.
Oh my god.
You know how fucking painful that is? It's like Bob's like, it's gonna be starting on Sunday at 7. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you and then like I'm like, it's okay, I'll just watch it later. And then I go and click on it and it's just like Oh, I can't because I need to get stacked TV or something like that.
Wait, you can't just TiVo it? I heard you can get it on Redacted
Yeah.
Day
You know what though?
online.
Yeah, you could probably find it. Of course, we could probably find it online for free
There's a
somewhere.
place called redactedmovies.com. And I'm sure you can find it on there somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you definitely could.
By the way, when are
So,
you coming over? When are you coming over to my place to play the original survival horror game?
which one is that?
Well, 3D Monster Maze. If you guys don't know what 3D Monster Maze is, you should play it sometime. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, nice. Maybe
Have you
I'll
ever
have to.
have you ever looked it up?
Oh, no, I'm gonna look it up right now.
It's
Okay,
it's what people consider the original survival horror game.
Monster Maze,
3D Monster Maze.
3D, 3D Monster Maze. Dude, I'm gonna look it up here.
Everybody at home, look it up with them.
It says survival game right on it. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
it's like the original one. It's literally an old.
Jeez.
It's like a Commodore game, like the graphics wise.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it actually only came out in. I think it only came out in Europe on the ZX Spectrum or the ZX81 or whatever the hell it's called. So, but it's like the original survival horror game.
Jesus, yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
see.
literally.
I'm literally on Google. Just typed in 3D Monster Maze, and
Yeah,
there's like original pictures, and then there's like people that have like modded it to make it look freaky.
yeah. There's a couple people that have redone it, and over the years it's kind of cool. But it was definitely it's definitely kind of a weird game because, back in the day it would have been all silent, right?
Oh
But
my
then it
gosh.
just gives you text things that say like Rex is in wait, Rex smells you, it can hear
That's
you.
that. I'll be honest. That's pretty. That even though it's like that's pretty freaky.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I see that. I see that. Footsteps approaching. Rex has seen you.
yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah.
That's like
I
the original Shadowgates always scared me as a kid.
I'll be honest. That would probably scare me now.
Yeah, there was a remake on Steam too,
Yeah.
but yeah, of Shadowgate, and
Oh, okay.
it's that Shadowgate that's always a classic for me. I love that game, but it always had creepy shit going on.
Yeah.
Always, because it's all it's all text based, but it's still like the visuals are creepy,
Yeah.
and it's one of those games where you could die like in a million ways.
Let's
Fucking
see.
hilarious. I love those point and click adventure style games. They're always fun.
Look at that shit.
Yeah. Yeah. What was the other game? Can't remember what the other one was. I played it on the Nintendo though, on NES, Shadowgate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then I played the Steam version a few years ago. There was an HD. It's like an HD remaster, but they totally redrew all the art and shit, and I think they changed it up a little bit. I can't really remember.
hmm Oh, you
Yeah.
know what's one thing that I've been playing recently? I just actually I played a little bit last night and then I rage quit and left. Was Oblivion. I played Elder Scrolls Oblivion.
Oh yeah, I saw you were
Uh,
playing that. How's that going?
uh, it's going. I gotta get used to saving more often, cause
Yeah,
nothing worse than like going exiting a city, for example, walking halfway across the fucking map, which is like a half hour, 45 minutes, and then uh getting into an area where you think you quick saved only to get killed and then throwing you back 45 minutes.
Oh yeah,
Oh
that's
god. I oh I haven't been really like, other than Tarkov, I haven't really been mad at a game for a long time, and that fucking just
oh
irked. And like,
I think it's F5 on PC to quick save in that game.
yeah, and so, you know what I was? I thought of it afterwards, right?
Yeah, it's
After
pretty
I
good about
died.
auto saving though if you enter a building.
I know that's what I would thought, but I went and entered a building and never autosaved.
Weird.
Yeah, killed me, put 45 minutes back, and after I rage quit, I was just thinking, I'm like, there's got to be a freaking like a F5 or F4 thing where it just a quick save feature, because god
Yeah,
damn, man, trying to
I think
find
it's
a
F5.
the controls also. I don't know what it is. The menu controls are just god awful in that game.
Oh well, they're a lot different than what some of the newer games are.
Yeah,
They definitely changed it up quite a bit from
like
back then.
to get rid of an item, to discard an item from your inventory is like shift click or something like that. And I'm like, for the longest time, I'm no joke, dude. I'm pressing every damn button on my keyboard to try to delete the
You sit there like
item.
Steve Harvey. I'm hitting every damn button.
Yeah, yeah.
Nothing's happening.
Nothing's happening. And you know the funny thing is it doesn't even tell you in the key binding thing. It would have been whatever if it was in the key bindings, but it doesn't tell you. I had to Google how to fucking get an item out of my freaking inventory. Oh my gosh. And then so the other thing too that I find funny is games sometimes I forget which mission it was. There was a quest talking about, oh, it's put this on your map. And I'm like, I don't think there's a fucking map in this game. Is there a
yeah,
map in
yeah, yeah. It's under your. You gotta scroll through your inventory. Your inventory has different.
Okay, Daisy.
Yeah.
Let's
Well,
we're
well, if
talking
you
about Daisy, and it looks like Daisy's just taking over what Oblivion was
no,
doing.
no, it's no. Actually, it's really easy because if you go to your menu, there's
Okay.
just like there's different menus. So the one menu's your inventory, the other one's your magic, then the
Yep.
other one's
Yep.
your skills, and then there's one for the map.
Oh
And then
my
you can choose local map or
god.
world map from the bottom.
Fuck. It's just so frustrating.
Do I have to create like a fucking? I'm gonna have to create like a guide.
You know what's confusing to me? Like, and I'm talking about myself. I'm confusing myself. Is the fact that I go play these hard games like Tarkov that literally doesn't have a map, or DayZ that is had punishing controls. But
Yeah.
then I go and I can figure those games out, but I can't figure a game out like Oblivion. You just literally told me, "Hey, oh, you just go into the menu and blah blah blah." I'm like, I swear I looked in the menu. Like I press an M, and I'm like, I'm so frustrated because I'm like, this game's like I remember I was like when I saw that, I'm like, "Ha, you're a fucking joke game because there's no map in the game. There's a fucking compass thing that shows me an arrow," and I'm like, I'm getting like pent up kind of rage while I'm like thinking of this over to myself, right? And like I'm pressing M and there's no map, and I go to the key bindings and there's no maps key bind. But
Sweet
yeah, no,
Jesus.
yeah, and I'm okay with struggling to find stuff, but when stuff is handed to me, I'm just fucking dead in the water, I guess. But
Well, here you go, buddy. Here's even better than Oblivion. I'll paste it in the thing.
oh,
There you
oh
go.
God, what is
It's
that?
that is the map for everybody who's wondering. That's the map I just posted of Daggerfall.
Oh my God.
That was the second Elder Scrolls game. Huh? Huh?
Oh, that
What?
Daggerfall's before Morrowind, right?
Yeah, that's the second one.
Oh my sweet Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, Daggerfall technically has the biggest game map in the world, I think, probably.
Really?
Because with Daggerfall, you can literally go anywhere. Daggerfall is a different beast. Because in Daggerfall, you can literally travel anywhere uh in the whole world of the Elder Scrolls.
Jesus.
Like in Daggerfall, you could technically, I think, you could go to Morrowind and Skyfall or Skyrim. At Skyfall.
Fall.
I can't remember how big it.
You
I
start
can't
from
remember
one
how
side of
big
the
it is. I
trilogy to the last.
can't remember how big the map is exactly, but it's yeah, you can basically go anywhere.
From this picture, it
Uh,
looks like it's 40 pixels wide. I'm just kidding.
yeah,
But
but that's the funny thing about it though is that it's all like you can go to like Skyrim and stuff, but it's all just randomly generated, right? Like
oh
it's
yeah, yeah,
like it's so it's not you can go technically to anywhere, but it's not like those areas are detailed.
yeah,
There's just there's the towns and all that shit, but it's all like pretty basic towns.
yeah.
Like
Well, especially
oh,
for its time.
yeah, exactly. Well, all the towns are kind of the same, and the innkeepers and all that shit. And then a lot of dungeons are randomly generated.
Is Oblivion bigger, like map wise, than Skyrim?
Uh, no, I wouldn't say so.
Okay.
I'd say they're damn close.
It makes me wonder how big the next map will be for the next Elder Scrolls game.
Oh, I'm excited for that. I think it's gonna be pretty fucking big.
Mhm.
But
I'm still trying to get over the fact that they're making that space game that I keep forgetting the name
I
of.
know, I know. It's been 12 fucking years almost. Like,
Yeah.
like it's been 11 years since the last Elder Scrolls game, and they're like, yeah, we still have nothing on the new Elder Scrolls game, but we're releasing a completely new IP in space.
Yeah. But then like they got to be working like it just makes me wonder how big the teams are for each of those games. Cuz like they got
Yeah.
to be still working on they have to be working on Elder Scrolls right now. They can't just be like,
Oh,
you know what I mean?
there's no way they're not.
So it just yeah, it makes me wonder if it's going to be the
But
same size as Skyrim but just more extremely detailed
yeah,
or if it's just a giant level that also is super detailed. Like in theory, like I don't know, I think it has to be. Like I think these next games, like this next space game, and the next Elder Scrolls game, they need to be big. They have to be big. You can't, you can't. Or if it doesn't,
yeah,
I can't. I was
it won't
about to say
compete.
it's going to turn into a Duke Nukem Forever, but again, Duke Nukem Forever is that might be a little bit of
Yeah,
a push of me to say
that
something like that because I
that's
think
just
no matter
mean.
what, yeah, that's just mean. But it's just that it's just that I guess the disappointment,
Well,
almost in that certain sense.
but to be fair, you can compare it to Duke Nukem Forever, for the hype.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I
Because
mean.
that is what you can. Duke Nukem was a fucking train wreck of getting completed, getting
Mhm.
teased, and then getting canceled and reworked, and then
Yeah,
getting teased and then getting canceled and reworked like 3 times.
yeah,
But like the time frame's almost the same for this game, and it's like Duke said it best. It's been 10 fucking years. It better be good.
yeah,
And
yeah,
that's how I feel about the new Elder Scrolls. Like literally, if it doesn't blow me the fuck away, like it's probably gonna be the last Bethesda game I buy at that
yeah,
point.
yeah,
I mean, that's a fucking lie because I love Fallout so much. But like, and the Elder Scrolls.
yeah,
But like seriously though, I will be very disappointed
yeah,
because it's like the the hype is real. After
yeah.
like 10 years, I remember when did they do that teaser, that stupid teaser in like 2018, which was so
For
fuck.
for Elder Scrolls,
Yeah,
yeah, I want to say yeah, I think that's right.
yeah, 2018 for fuck's sakes. That's one thing I'm gonna go on a rant about a little bit is fucking teaser trailers. Like, what the fuck? And I think I've said this before, but the one thing I like about Nintendo is that when Nintendo says something like release a trailer, for example, you know that game's coming out definitely within that year.
Yeah, yeah,
Definitely.
yeah,
Or it's usually a couple months out. It's like, nice. But like a lot of these game fucking companies, they'll release a fucking teaser trailer like this, which is literally nothing. No
Mhm.
gameplay, no fucking anything. It's literally just a camera zooming over a mountain range.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then it's like The Elder Scrolls 6. Damn, damn.
Right.
It's like you didn't fucking show us anything. And
Yeah.
I know it's an announcement teaser, but like what the fuck is the point of the announcement teaser? To get people
Mhm.
fucking pissed off? Because all it
Yeah.
makes us think is that it's coming out soon.
You know what I think it is?
But it's been
Um,
4 years since that teaser.
so I think the idea behind them, in my perspective, is you
Generate
have a
hype.
bunch yeah, generating hype, but it also you every game from my intent, especially something like big like that, you have these why am I going by backers, right? Like Project
Oh, like
CD,
yeah,
like
like investors.
yeah, investors, right? And I think it's one of those things where I think my thought behind that is you have a game, you go to your investor and you go, I have this game. And they're like, okay, we need this and this and this. Okay, we'll give that
We
to you.
have this game.
Yeah, yeah. And so you explain the game, you start getting into development, and then you're like, oh, we're kind of running into a budget issue. You go back to your investor and you go, we need more money for this game. And then the investor goes, well, I'll give you I'll give you money for this game to continue developing it, but you need
Yeah.
to somehow show proof that this game has some kind of interest. Like people will buy this game to guarantee us our money back, right? And I think that's the idea behind a teaser like that is you go, here is the now again, maybe it's a little off because it is Elder Scrolls and it has history that it does good already, but it's just that idea that you go and make a stupid little teaser like that where it just shows a little fucking mountain and then it shows the text. And then people lose their mind and then they talk about it for a while and then the investors
Yeah.
go, huh, okay, we're seeing numbers of a lot of articles talking about this. All right, we're cool with you giving you a few more $1 million
Yeah.
to go into development. I think that might be it. I don't know.
That
Maybe a little
that
bit of
that
that, a little
definitely
bit
could
off.
be it. Because you do got to draw in the investors and you got to keep them hooked, right?
Yeah.
But it's like it's just from a consumer standpoint, it's just I don't know. To me, it's almost scummy. It's just like
Hmm.
because it's literally been 4 years almost. This
Yeah.
June it'll be 4 years since they did the announcement teaser.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like holy fuck, guys. But seriously though, with how long this thing's taken to come out, like there's high expectations at this point.
Your three biggest, highest expectation games right now that are to come out are going to be space version, Starfield or whatever the hell it's called. I think it's Starfield.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I'm getting yelled at right now just hearing it. Oh, it's fucking this.
I can hear Justin right now. Brian, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Idiot.
Yeah, it's Starfield. It's Starfield. Yeah. So Starfield is one of them. The new Elder Scrolls
Yeah.
and Grand Theft Auto 6.
Oh yeah.
Because those games have been the longest in development.
And Elden Ring.
Sure. I don't even know what Elden Ring is.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, I'm gonna go back to Justin
Uh,
here. Jesus fucking Christ. No, that's the one
oh,
that's like it's been in production for quite a while, and it's the guy that wrote it, like is writing the story. I think is George R. R. Martin,
oh, really? Oh, wow.
like the guy
Okay.
from Game of
Yeah,
Thrones.
yeah, yeah.
So that
Yeah,
that's
I'm
how
kind
I.
of looking up Google right now on it.
Yeah, but are you looking at the best game of 2021? Lawn mowing simulator.
Dude, I actually no joke. TK played that a little
Oh
while ago.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Dude, there's Kate. I'm not even joking. I was like looking around like random Twitch channels the other day just for fun,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
there was a guy playing, and it's a real game. I looked it up. It was like House Flipper Simulator.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's literally like
I've seen that one too.
yeah, it's literally like you're fixing up a fucking home
Yeah.
for
It is.
you're fixing up a home for people to like. move into to
Yeah.
sell. And like, oh my sweet fucking
See,
Jesus.
the thing is though, like we laugh about it, right? And then you're like kind of rolling your eyes. It's that's fair, but those games though, are those games like those are the type of games that um that like in my mind, like the lawn mowing simulator, that's a game where like I'm just like I had a shit day. I don't want to play any Tarkov. Anything that really makes my mind have to spin, you know what I mean? Like
You didn't buy it, did you?
no, no, no,
You
no.
fucking bought. Just kidding.
I swear I don't. But but that's where I'm getting at is though, like it's just as simple as you fucking. It's just kind of as a joke as it is. I guess there can be some more to those games, but to
Yeah,
me, when I first see that game, when I like a first initial thought is it's a game that I literally just don't need any fucking brain power. You just fucking oh, there's grass to cut. I'll choose this lawnmower and go. You know what I mean?
I,
Just like there's farming simulator, that's huge. They've fucking made thousands of those.
oh yeah, no, and
Uh
I played that. Like, I'm not saying they can't be. They can't
yeah,
be. They
but
can't be fun.
but simulator games are out of control though. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
oh, they are.
The
There's
amount of
so many of them
dude,
now.
there's drug dealer simulator, there's police simulator, fucking lawnmower simulator,
Yeah,
farming simulator. There's fucking Jesus. I think there's just about any simulator
yeah.
you could
There's
think of.
Euro Truck Simulator, Bus
Yeah,
Simulator.
yeah, yeah,
There's
yeah.
Desert Bus, which was the original bus simulator.
Okay.
Which that was on a unreleased game by Penn and Teller actually, which is hilarious.
But that's the funny thing, right? Is that like pretty much if you almost could think about it, they probably have a simulator of it.
Oh, 100%. But
So
I was laughing so hard there though when I searched because I was searching for Lawnmower Simulator, and there's literally a game on Steam called Get Off My Lawn. And it's like it's a free game.
yeah,
It looks like
nice.
it looks like it's a game where you're an old man with a musket or a shotgun or something. No, it's a musket. And yeah, they came in peace, but messed with the wrong old man.
Oi.
Armed with a musket, 78-year-old Murray Mendelsohn has single-handedly started an interstellar war. Shoot first and ask questions later in this endless, fast-paced arcade shooter. Use
Oh my.
everything in Murray's arsenal to keep the aliens off of his perfect lawn. Oh my god!
I just looked it up on Steam. Yeah,
I need to play this now.
it's free. That's the great thing about
Yeah,
it.
it's free.
Oh my god, that's funny.
I'll be playing that on Twitch next week. That's
Oh
hilarious.
my god, yeah. It's pretty much Space Invaders.
Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like. Or like what's that zombie game again? Plants vs Zombies in a way.
Okay, yeah. I never played that one, but yeah, I could see that for sure.
Like how you got to keep them back in the grid format. That's what it kind of looks like, but that's hilarious.
Oh, I can't believe that. That's
I love that.
crazy, crazy, crazy.
But yeah, the one thing I was gonna probably end on this.
Okay.
It's big news.
Oh,
Some might say big news.
oh.
Shout out to the. Sorry, I'm still laughing at that old man. But that's a shout out to the completely unnecessary podcast. That's something that they say on there. It's one of their soundboard items where it goes big news. It always makes me laugh when Pat pulls that on Ian. But anyways, this is the last news of the day, and
Okay.
I forgot about it, but this is big. There might be a new season of Kenny vs. Spenny.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
I saw that. I saw
There,
you talking about that.
yeah, there's been a couple articles written about it, and there's rumors right now because Kenny's re-releasing all the episodes in 4K on YouTube right now.
Yeah.
And there's just there's all these kind of whispers and stuff going on. There's shit being stirred up, so That would
I wonder what they would do. Like in my opinion, I would like to think that you could do like Amazon or Netflix or something like that.
yeah. Well,
You
even if
think?
they, I would hope so, but I honestly think it's gonna be something like Peacock or something like that, or
Yeah,
Showtime.
yeah.
Like Showtime's where it was on last time, but
Oh,
I don't
okay,
know.
yeah.
I don't know. Like they did Showtime or was Showcase? No, Showcase maybe. I don't know, but it was and then it got funded by like with Comedy Central for the South Park guys there, Matt Stone and Trey Parker. They were the
Mm,
guys that funded it after that.
yeah.
Uh, here, Kenny vs. Spenny Network. Yeah, so it was a Showcase. Yeah, and then it went to Comedy Central with yeah, Matt Stone and Trey Parker. That's when they got the
Oh,
bit
okay.
that yeah, that's when they got the big money.
Yeah.
And then it was also available on USA Network and Slice. But
Okay.
but the main sponsor where they were put on the air was Showcase and then Comedy Central.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that'd be so fucking awesome if
Dude,
I
I'd be
hope
pumped.
I hope to God they make another season. 'Cause I would be so fucking happy.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. We'd have to binge watch that.
Yeah, and I don't even care if it's like I've literally told them like I don't even care if it's like rematches or something stupid like that. Like I literally wouldn't care if it was just rematches.
Yeah, just to see them back.
Yeah, it'd just be cool to see the guys back because it was just such a fucking awesome, funny show.
Yeah.
I would just like to see, just give me more content, damn it!
Yeah. I
Listen to
wonder
me,
how
you piece
many
of shit.
I wonder how many episodes they would do.
I don't know. They probably do like I think if they're just coming back, they probably do like probably 10 episodes or something.
Mhm.
Because I know like most of their seasons had like 25 episodes or something,
Oh, okay.
but I think the pilot season only had uh here, I'll look it up. Kenny versus Spenny. I know, like they're always a little bit. There's always like a pilot season's usually less, right?
Yeah.
Usually because okay, theirs was actually the opposite because they don't have as much funding. But yeah, theirs was actually the opposite. So they had yeah, season 1 had 26 episodes, and then
Oh,
season 2 and 3 had 13,
oh
and then
wow.
season 4 and 5 had 10, and
Yeah.
then the final season had 13.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, their first season actually had the most.
Wait, now again, did they get what was it? Did they get canceled? Some people say they got canceled.
Yes, they.
Was it canceled because of that one episode? Who could be the biggest idiot or something like that? But they called it something else.
Yeah, I, I believe that's what happened. Like, it's called Who's the Bigger Retard,
Yeah,
which
but I think they
literally
changed it. I think they changed it though.
they
Like,
changed it to Idiot after. Yeah.
yeah. Who's the biggest retard? Oh shit.
Well, like ultimately, I think that's why. Ultimately, I think that's why they got canceled.
Yeah,
Um, because because like the last season, like that was kind of like the birth. Like 2010 was when it ended, right? So
yeah.
like that's kind of when the birth of like censorship was just getting a little bit like it was starting. It wasn't in full bloom yet, but it was starting. And like the sensitivity shit was getting kind of started. And season 6 of Kenny vs. Spenny, like if you watch it, it's really fucking racy. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's actually like it's pretty crazy like what they got away with in that season. like like who do black people like more, and like who's the bigger idiot, and like making fun of like Down syndrome people. Like it's again hilarious to me, fucking hilarious. But like by today's standards, probably not.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm reading this. I don't know. Like reading this one thing, and according to Kenny in this one interview, it was kind of Spenny that he quit the show.
Oh yeah.
Like, like I don't think they got. I don't know if they got canceled, or if they got just, or if like they just kind of broke up their relationship. But
That's fair.
I think it's kind of like the story that Kenny told in the past, which was that Spenny got married to that stupid idiot, and she ended up taking all his money almost. But
Oh
like
god.
I think part of that was what ruined the show, was that he thought he was too big for kind of network television, and he wanted
Oh,
to,
okay.
like, he wanted to move on to bigger things. And I think he moved to America with that chick that got it. She kind of got in his head about that stuff,
Yeah.
and then yeah, like he's like, whatever, go be an idiot. And then I think Kenny, because Kenny was actually a writer for South Park for quite a while. Hey,
Really?
yeah, he was writing episodes because he was close friends with Matt Stone and Trey Parker there.
Oh shit. That's
Yeah,
cool. I
yeah.
didn't
So
know that.
he wrote for quite a while there. Uh, so I'm just googling it right now.
Yeah, because I was kind of curious, like after that ended, like what did Kenny do with afterwards? Like it just that because yeah, you kind of know Benny's story where he just kind of loses it all.
Right.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I never knew like whatever really truly happened with them. Like
Yeah. I think he just. I think they had like that falling out. Like I said, I've listened to a few podcasts where Kenny was on there, and he tells his story, and I think some of it's tongue in cheek, like he's trying to do it to play it up for it to be funny. But
yeah,
like, but like, I think there actually was like a falling out between them for real at that
yeah.
time.
Well, I think there's a point where as much as best friends a person can be, stuff like that after a while, that's got to, you know, there's got to be eventually, even if say if it's scripted or not, I don't know, there's a part of me that feels like after a while they just start clawing at a person. It would, I don't know, what's the
Well,
word I'm
yeah,
looking for?
well, yeah, and I
It'd
think
break you.
obviously there has to be. There's just no way. There has to be scripted part of the show. Like parts of that show have to be scripted. There's no way it's not.
Yeah,
But at the same time, I think a lot of the emotion is real.
yeah,
Like they're friends, but I think they legitimately don't like each other to a degree. You know,
yeah, yeah,
like 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 just in like I would compare it to me and my brother. Like me and my brother, like we're good buddies,
yeah,
but you know he could piss me off,
yeah.
and
Well,
I
you
know
can,
I can piss him
we
off.
know you can piss him off.
Yeah, it's like that same way, right? Where it's like, we're really close and we love each other a lot, but like we could easily get under each other's skins and piss
Yeah.
each other off.
See, I feel like when I look at that, when I
What are you
look at
laughing
that
about,
though,
buddy?
I'm laughing at this whole scenario. So, so Kyle, how he gets under your skin is the lack of acknowledgement that he has on certain scenarios. You know what I mean? Like he plays off like he knows something when he is fucking more dead wrong than any. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and we'll call him out on it, but like, because
Yeah,
it's the same. Again, he gets under my skin the same way as he gets under your skin. Is that that
The
honest. Like
arrogance.
the arrogance is the
Yeah.
thing that just want to fucking slap it off your fucking face, buddy. I mean that with all of the love of the world, but the yeah, yours though, how you do it though is you know how he ticks. You can get under his skin
Yeah.
by just it's yeah. I don't know what the right term is for it, but you can get under his skin like you can tease him to a point of frustrating him. It isn't him teasing you to frustrating you. It's his arrogance that gets you going.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that
Or just like ignorance, like just being
yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
being an
yeah,
idiot or being a jerk on
yeah,
purpose.
yeah. Because it's because like that's how he triggers all of us usually.
Oh yeah, you got that right.
Yeah. And then I think the other thing another thing that triggers him too is when we do call him out on it because it's just more of like a fucking rally cry from like all of us going like, okay, Kyle, what the fuck, man? Like
It's the
fucking
rally.
yeah.
It's the
It's either
rallying
right?
cry of the Dragon Slayer.
Yeah, yeah. I know for a fact it said no, it's not. It's not that. It's this for fuck's sake. Uh yeah. That's the that's the one thing that I always have a good
Oh,
kick out of.
oh, I know. It's my favorite thing. Just sitting here enjoying my time on my computer, and then all I hear is a desk getting broken in half in the other room. I'm like, oh, that's nice. But yeah,
Oh my god.
either way, I'm excited for that, and I think I'm gonna end it off here.
Hell yeah. Hell
Do
yeah.
you have any closing remarks for your statement?
Uh I think we somehow need to get you to watch the new James Bond some weekend.
Yes.
And somehow we got to figure out how we can watch MacGruber. Well, maybe we just got to wait a few episodes out and then somehow find it and then just binge watch it.
Well, I heard it's recently available on redacted.com. Have you heard about that one?
Yeah, I think I heard it through. Is that our new sponsorship? Did Dan Aykroyd give up on us and we're now redacting?
No, Dan Aykroyd will always be here. I've been on the phone the whole time. What are you guys doing?
Yeah.
You haven't even mentioned Crystal Skull vodka one more time.
Yeah, yeah.
I am.
A funny thing actually, I guess I'll mention real quick is I've been watching our buddy Stremmy, Kyle, playing Resident Evil Village. He just started playing it. Well,
Oh,
not
nice.
started. Sorry, no, he's near the end of it actually. Um, but yeah, it's his first go around, and it's funny because there's a lot of crystal. Hey, there's like crystal skulls and stuff like that, and he's like, "Oh man, what's going to be next?" And I and I just about typed out, and I'm like, "Well, friggin', at this point, do you think Dan Aykroyd would fucking jump out of the screen and try to promote his vodka? The amount of crystal skulls that you pick up in the
You got a crystal, Lady Dimitrescu? That's great. That's wonderful. But what you're more interested in is the Crystal Skull vodka that's on a shelf. It's not single distilled.
game?"
It's not double distilled. Not even triple distilled. It is quadruple distilled over Herkimer diamonds. I love that so much. But yeah.
Golden.
Yeah, also I was gonna say the last footnote here, Kenny he was a writer on 42 episodes
Wow.
of South Park. But apparently IMDb only lists him as a writer on 13 of those episodes.
Jesus.
So but yeah, still pretty cool though.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you everybody for watching, and yeah, remember to follow the podcast on all the social media. Links in the description. See you guys next week.
All right.
Peace.
Bye, everyone.